WWE creates a separate intro for NXT in an attempt to make it look like the show is completely different from the WWE itself, despite being a WWE show.
Back by popular demand.
I don't recall ever seeing any popular demand to have NXT bring back the In Your House TakeOver event. Matter of fact, the moment WWE announced the return of In Your House was the moment I think any of us even thought it would happen.
Is not a house of cards.
Oh great, house puns. I don't know for sure, but something tells me that we are in for a long night just like last year. Ted DiBiase is added to the graphics of this ladder match. The place he's in makes it seem like he's defending the $1 Million Championship tonight.
And Adam Cole.
Baby, fuck you!
And yo.
Hearing narration is one thing, but it kinda ruins the moment when you literally show the guy narrating. They probably did this just so the audience would realize it's Michael Hayes, which we already knew. Opening live performance at the wrong time. The announcer has welcomed the fans to the show and the first match is set to take place. But let's kill some time because we don't have that many matches scheduled for the night.
We have the largest crowd.
Get ready folks, they literally repeat the same line over and over and over again with each match that takes place. But just so I don't have to bring you guys through that torture again, I'm adding in 20 sins. I'm sure that'll cover it. Also, just saying, 300 is not exactly a number to be proud of when other wrestling companies have managed to host full capacity shows with thousands of fans. Not to mention the 25,000 plus y'all just had for WrestleMania 2 months ago. And then Wesley accidentally crashed into the cameraman, killed him, and destroyed the technology. Good night, everyone! The referee on the left is probably pissed off because he wanted to hold up the NXT North American Championship, meanwhile the other referee is silently laughing in his face.
Again, it is winners take.
Yes, we heard you guys the first 5 times you mentioned it. It's a winner-takes-all match for 2 titles. You gotta remind us about that as much as you remind us about the 300 fans in attendance marking the largest crowd in the Capitol Wrestling Center.
2 teams, that being MSK.
Wesley was so fired up that he decided to faceplant onto the canvas. Alright, who gave this guy 10 energy drinks before the match began? Was it the same guy who pied Kevin Owens in the Oh, wait, I admitted that was me who did that.
Up Carter, climbing the rope. Look at the absolute...
Alright, I'll admit that impressed me early on. At least Joaquin Wilde didn't do those flips for the sake of showing off. He confused Nash Carter into what's happening, allowing Joaquin to take him down.
Oh, there he is, the...
Never mind, there's the waste of time showing off portion. I should really not automatically assume we're safe from that.
Seems the pace starting to quit.
What the fuck kind of landing from a dropkick was that? Joaquin went in a completely different direction from the force of Nash's kick. This entire sequence of Santos Escobar wanting to fight someone other than Nash Carter, but not figuring out exactly who, goes on for quite some time. No one cares what's trending, and with all due respect, the United States isn't the only damn country in the world talking about this event on social media. Heel wrestler is ready to fight the opponent he had been feuding with, only to tag himself out in a fake-out moment cliche.
Caught by the bus. And
Bronson Reed is one of the first wrestlers who actually makes things look realistic based on this size. Raul Mendoza tries to kick him, and it doesn't even make him flinch due to the size difference. About time someone is realistic here.
wise idea.
Ooh. Santos Escobar is a dick to his own partner by allowing Bronson Reed to crush Raul Mendoza for a while before finally attacking him. What an asshole.
Oh my god!
Cocky person brags about how to properly execute a move only to completely fail in a humorous fashion cliche.
What?
At this rate, how is Joaquin and Raul not turned on Santos for being a blatant asshole toward them? There are more than just hints here.
Now that senton just shake the house.
No, it's shook the house, not shaked the house. That's not even a word, Vic Joseph. Yep, I send people for grammar. The internet is killing the English language with all those made-up words. Still don't get how a hat means someone's lying. Makes no sense.
Look at Carter.
Legado del Fantasma could have easily grabbed Nash Carter before Nash could hit the moonsault on Santos Escobar, but likely did nothing because Santos was being a dick to them the whole match. I'm surprised the NXT announce table didn't immediately collapse after Wesley hammered his fist on it twice. I wonder, did they ban Tony Storm from TakeOver events after that one time?
It's the train, speaking of tracks!
Oh wow, ever since WWE released Braun Strowman from the company, now Bronson Reed has taken over the role as guy with the train references added. That's just sad.
Done goofing around, done having fun.
No one likes a rhymer, Vic.
You gotta be kidding me. How strong?
Well, yeah, this would normally be impressive to see someone like Bronson Reed lift up 2 people at once. Problem is, Joaquin and Raul's combined weight pretty much equals his own, so it's not exactly as impressive as you're making it out to be.
Oh!
Bronson Reed actually fell for this.
Wait, not again. Oh!
Now that is an example of amazing strength. Santos Escobar really showed how powerful he truly is. It takes more than a simple feat of strength to perfectly execute that to someone like Bronson Reed, especially if you're the size of someone who was recently the Cruiserweight champion. Here are 3 sins off. Title theft, likely because Santos Escobar knew he wasn't going to be winning the NXT North American Championship and wanted to have one last glance at it before his team loses. Damn, Bronson Reed be like, that's what you get for yelling at the camera, now suffer the consequences. Previously on NXT, and something that we had already seen earlier in the night as well. I guess with a short amount of time in each match, we want to fill in as much time as possible. WWE is showing DraftKings so much because they want me to give Hulu a break after all these years. Also, I'm amazed that everyone who's ever tried the DraftKings predictions contest hasn't won the top prize given how predictable WWE's matches have been in recent times. Discount the Grudge. It was really cool to finally see Xia Li perform at an NXT TakeOver event, but damn, this entrance was a combination of frightening and awesome. Here's another send-off.
For 4 years, the difference is...
Xia Li may be impressive in the ring and put on a hell of an entrance, but boy does she suck at trying to throw Mercedes Martinez back in the ring from the outside. I got a bad feeling that we're going to be showing this at least once per match about how NXT TakeOver is the #1 trend in the United States. Let's just add 5 sins and move along.
Now measuring Martinez again with a drop kick.
Boy, that was awkward. Xia Li yelled in fury, pumping herself up, ran the ropes, and hit a powerful dropkick to Mercedes Martinez. Yet Mercedes fell out of the ring as if she just slowly slipped on her own accord. All that power for that. Oh well. Knowing NXT wrestlers, what are the odds that Xia Li is just going to ultimately forget about the fact that she just kicked that LED post with all the force in her leg? Yep, I was correct. Xia Li, despite injuring her leg, was somehow able to run across the ring, leap on a Mercedes, and then drop on the injured leg without so much as a wince. NXT is great, but why do the wrestlers suck at selling injuries so much? It's seriously irritating. Too late, Xia. We already saw you capable of performing perfectly with no problem on that leg. Too late to try and change my mind.
Women back to their feet, up jumping.
Fucking what? Since when does a knee to the face with barely that amount of force cause your opponent to spin around like they're twirling on ice skates? This asshole.
Capitalize. Oh, count. It's Xia Li.
Xia Li, despite her badly injured leg that she clearly forgot about by this point, was somehow able to get the win from kicking Mercedes Martinez in the arm. In the arm! Post-match assault. Mercedes Martinez clearly hasn't seen enough horror films to realize that challenging this supposedly supernatural witch will only lead to your utter demise. Also, nearly 2 goddamn minutes of Mei Ying and Mercedes Martinez slowly approaching each other before any sort of attack happens. This is really making me anxious.
They took that moment away from us.
And despite the fact that we are not scheduled to compete tonight at TakeOver, we feel the need to complain about something that's not going to affect tonight's matches. Because reasons. Also, it's hard to tell if Timothy Thatcher is pissed off about not becoming the NXT Tag Team Champions, or if he is just simply constipated. Decide. Awesome to see the historic $1 Million Championship once again, though it honestly doesn't give the title prestige by presenting it to anyone in NXT, simply because none of them are Ted DiBiase. It's like giving some random guy the list of Jericho because he possessed similar traits to the legend. Cameron Grimes lighting cigars with $100. There are many things that I always sin, but damn, I cannot resist removing a sin here. After all these years, everyone still has a price for the $1 Million Man. Really shows the prestige of the $1 Million Championship by keeping it in the sealed case even while it's hung above the ring. LA Knight sees an invisible championship hanging above the golden ladder. Must be the John Cena Championship since we can't see it. That one awkward moment when the camera switches to a camera that's literally right beside it, causing us to shift slightly to the right.
Each other again, you gotta get up the ladder.
Commentator annoyingly states the obvious about how to win a ladder match cliche. Thankfully not as much as the main roster does it, but still a sin.
The megastar of NXT.
Cameron Grimes has LA Knight where he wants him less than a minute into the match, and even though LA is hopping on one leg, the important thing is he's still fresh. So why is Cameron messing around and teasing us?
Calls himself the face of NXT.
LA Knight calls himself the face of NXT despite the fact that he's still relatively new around here and hasn't really done anything yet.
Grimes, strange strategy there.
Wade Barrett is right when he says there's a strange strategy going on. The strange strategy being Cameron Grimes is trying to get rid of the ladder that's in the ring when he could simply use it as a weapon against LA Knight. Not too difficult to figure out.
Look at Cameron Grimes in both men.
LA Knight must be weak as fuck to get knocked off the ladder by the slowest slap I've ever seen.
Both men with ladders.
Ladder jousting.
He's just giving it his all at every moment.
LA Knight was probably like, oh shit, I fucked up. Quick, get back in position so we can try this again. Hope nobody saw that. Well, guess what? We all saw that.
LA Knight is down. There is a ladder in the ring.
Wade Barrett would be great at CinemaSins 2 expansion. There indeed is a ladder already in the ring, so why is Cameron heading toward the outside to grab another ladder? One that is particularly smaller than the one in the ring. I'm surprised Ted DiBiase didn't tell LA Knight that he's wasting precious time and should focus on taking down a not-so-incapacitated Cameron Grimes to win the match.
This is a super-sized ladder.
This ladder can barely reach the barricade from the ring apron. How in the hell does this qualify as a supersized ladder, dumbass? Supersized ladders are Jeff Hardy size. Also, ladder is bridged between the ring apron and barricade cliche, though this is the first time I can ever recall a ladder being bridged but then gets ultimately forgotten for the rest of the match.
Type of match that changes you forever.
Insert name and match changes your career forever cliche. That statement would be true about 20 years ago, but sadly not today.
It certainly does.
It may have took over half the match before something cool happened involving the ladders, but here's a send-off for that brutal neck breaker. That was pretty harsh. Cameron, right infringement. Damn, a copyright infringement sin and an ow my hand sin within the period of 5 seconds. That's a first.
Grimes going into it.
Why the hell would Cameron Grimes turn his back on his recovering opponent? No wonder he loses this match tonight. Cameron Grimes must have seen all the previous sins videos I made when I talked about the ladders on the stage never being used in the match and decided to be the first guy to actually bring in the stage ladder. Ceiling cam, and not even for a replay. This is the actual live cam. I'm surprised Ted DiBiase's security didn't toss LA Knight away from them given they're not LA's personal guards. After taking out LA Knight and running toward the ladder, Cameron Grimes cost himself the entire match by running to the corner to relax and yell "to the moon" before even attempting to climb the ladder. At this rate, he loses the match due to his own stupidity.
Grimes just wiped out Cameron Grimes.
So, Cameron Grimes wiped out himself? If you're basing that on his stupid stalling strategy before climbing the ladder, then sure. But he didn't throw himself onto the ladder outside.
Yes! Come on!
Winner up NXT TakeOver In Your House to bring you WrestleMania 26, where Jack Swagger took up to WrestleMania 37 to unhook the Money in the Bank briefcase. Whoa, what the fuck is going on here? How did this brawl between Karrion Kross and Pete Dunne start? And why do we always cut to the brawls already in progress around here? I'd like to see what happened, please.
I am going to rival Asuka. I am going to rival Charlotte.
Ember Moon claims she will rival Asuka and Charlotte Flair when it comes to the NXT Women's Championship. I'd admire this, but it didn't exactly work out well for her the first time she tried that.
And that's to hurt you.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't stop laughing at this part of the video package. Whoever edited this must have not been paying attention, because it looks like Ember Moon is about to confront a clone of herself already standing in the ring. Well, look at that. I guess NXT chose not to pass up on this opportunity of having Raquel Gonzalez wearing the NXT Women's Championship backwards as she poses with her back to the camera. Nice.
Ember Moon.
Ember Moon.
For that one-arm powerbomb, and Moon able to...
Nice counter from Ember Moon. The way she spun around and placed herself with the head scissors at the right moment was well timed. So far, so good.
Scissors took Gonzalez out of the ring.
The referee clearly saw Dakota Kai trying to interfere on behalf of Raquel Gonzalez. So why didn't she immediately eject Dakota from ringside? While Dakota did not put her hands on Ember Moon, it was clear as to what her intentions were.
Became the first ever NXT Tag Champ.
For the record, both Raquel and Dakota were simply handed the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship belts when they were unveiled, which is not as impressive as actually winning them. And after it lasted less than an hour, I'd hate to be known for that.
What can you do against an opponent that much bigger?
I don't know, Wade. What do you do against an opponent? Whatever that word means. Who's much bigger than you?
One-arm sidewalk slam.
Yeah, sure, let's call that a one-arm sidewalk slam, even though we could clearly see Raquel Gonzalez using both of her arms during this move.
Any sort of combination back in with...
Wow, there was no way that clothesline from Ember Moon would have worked even against someone smaller than her due to the slow way she connected it. That was kinda hard to watch without cringing.
Gonna progress to get that eclipse.
Beth Phoenix doesn't realize that Ember Moon was not going for the eclipse whatsoever. She does know it's supposed to be a stunner from the top rope, right? Not a sunset flip.
She's doing getting her...
Ember Moon.
Raquel Gonzalez clearly tapped out right there in her attempt to reach the ropes, and the referee clearly saw it too. So why isn't she awarded the match to Ember Moon? That is bullshit.
Again, Beth, what you stated...
Okay, if the referee did not eject Dakota Kai earlier, then why isn't she doing it right now when Dakota is actually putting her hands on a competitor in the match? Do your job correctly.
Think about it for a moment.
Nice! Here are 2 cents off for the way Ember Moon connected the eclipse. That was so freaking awesome, wouldn't y'all agree?
Boom!
Boom.
Karate fighter.
Skip!
The NXT Championship is my destiny.
This championship is my destiny cliche. Boy, how many wrestlers have said that over the years? Most of which never got it because proclaiming your destiny is usually what costs it. Johnny Gargano's discount Shawn Michaels outfit. Interesting tribute, but it doesn't look as good when anyone but Shawn Michaels is wearing it, sadly. Here's to hoping Johnny Gargano doesn't try to run away through the door when he easily could have gone around it like last year against Keith Lee. 1 year later, that's still one of the most embarrassing yet hilarious moments in NXT TakeOver history.
That nightmare scenario is Kyle O'Reilly submitting Adam Cole.
So basically, Karrion Kross foresaw some of the future endings to this fatal 5-way match and realized that Kyle O'Reilly submits Adam Cole to win the NXT Championship in all of them. No wonder we get that kick-ass ending, but damn, spoiler alert!
Will he reclaim the NXT title?
Well, since you just asked that question out loud, I'm gonna assume the obvious answer to that is no.
Nobody wants a piece of Karrion Kross.
Wade Barrett claims that nobody wants a piece of Karrion Kross, ultimately forgetting that literally everybody had targeted him leading into this match. Why would nobody want a piece of Karrion after practically going after him?
Karrion Kross is...
I find it an odd coincidence that everyone stayed outside the ring until Pete Dunne was taken out of the equation by Karrion Kross. Then Kyle O'Reilly walks in and is like, my turn. I bet everyone else are pretending to fight while secretly waiting for their turn.
Kross has zero physical weaknesses.
Johnny Gargano believes that yelling his nickname will make Karrion Kross realize who he is and lay down for him. By yelling in Karrion Kross's face and then immediately turning his back on him, Adam Cole is a stupid dumbass.
Now getting some retaliation.
Somewhere backstage, recovering from the onslaught by Xia Li, Mercedes Martinez just got a cold shiver running down her spine. Honestly, this was a missed opportunity for each member of the match to lock in a cross arm breaker on each other. Kyle could be stuck in Pete's armbar while still hanging onto his own armbar on Adam. Karrion Kross has 3 of his challengers down for the count, but chooses to go after the one challenger who's on the outside of the ring. Damn.
Moment, but now, Gargano!
That's Pete Dunne, you moron! Figured it'd only be a matter of time before one of the wrestlers tonight would be literally sent in your house.
Title on the line, roll through, done able.
I'm enjoying this match, sure, but I can't help but think how awkward this must feel for both Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly over there. Kyle's sitting with Adam's butt in his face while Adam is hanging upside down, hoping that Johnny and Pete didn't forget about them. Given the fact that Karrion Kross has not been seen in action for the last 5 to 6 minutes, here's a little reminder that this match is for the NXT Championship.
And
Tornado F5.
Wouldn't that be an F5 tornado, Wade? Because nobody says tornado F5 when they see one. That also goes for the wrestling move.
Gargano almost came into our house.
That's what she said!
No strangers are stealing the stage.
I had to replay this several times to figure out what Vic Joseph said before finding out that he said Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano are no strangers to stealing the stage. Is he feeling okay?
Done now. Oh!
Pete Dunne hits a super kick on Johnny Gargano that clearly missed him. Come on, where's the good stuff that happened in this match? Why do we always do those good moments in the last 3 minutes and waste the first 20?
Counter. And oh!
Oops, spoke too soon.
Nicole.
Oh, when Karrion says that Adam Cole lets him slide, but when I say he breaks into my house and kicks me. At least before I shot him 2 years ago.
You got it.
Haha, the table didn't break, and after a discount Shield powerbomb onto it too. They really must have reinforced it after that incident at Vengeance Day. This is just what we needed 20 minutes into the main event match. A stare down with the 4 challengers while the actual NXT champion recovers and ultimately murders you all.
Goes up. Double.
It's difficult enough for even one wrestler to correctly hit a super kick on perfect timing with a wrestler doing a moonsault. I'm removing 2 sins for the perfect timing from both Adam and Johnny.
Adam Cole looking for another reign.
You know, Adam Cole could have easily pinned Johnny Gargano in the original direction he was facing, but chose to crawl all the way around him just so somebody could pull him out of the ring. That was a horrible position. This was a fantastic ending to the match. Despite Kyle O'Reilly knowing that he was done for in Karrion Kross's submission, he still refused to relinquish his own hold on Adam Cole, using his last few breaths to hopefully win the NXT Championship before it was too late for him. I admire the spirit of Kyle here, so let's take off 5 cents to end the video.